All right, so good evening, Morris families. This is Cynthia Larkin, principal of Morris High School, and welcome to our class of 2021 senior parent night. So tonight, I know that I want you guys to be patient with us. This is our first webinar using the feature in order to host a parent night for our families. And so there may be some glitches for the most part, but we do appreciate your patience and your ability to work with us. So as you know, this year is not starting off like we would like the year to start off. Obviously, we wish that we were starting off not in the pandemic, and we could basically welcome our seniors and our families to Morris High School like we would normally do. But with the pandemic, things are different. And we do know that some of our seniors and our parents are already very anxious about the starting of this school year. And I've already had some emails from students, some emails from parents. We're gonna do our very, very best to make this academic year the best that it can be for our students and our families under these conditions. I just wanna kind of alleviate some anxiety regarding like a senior contract. Typically at Morris High School, there is a senior contract. However, during the pandemic, we're not gonna have a senior contract. So students will not be held to the same standards in regards to the attendance, protocols we had in place in the past. You won't be held accountable to the, the behavior protocols for the most part, like losing some of your activities. However, we do need you to do your very best. It's still a regular school year in the sense where all of your credits do still count. Again, we're not in the harmless grading protocol, so all of your grades count. You still must meet the minimum requirements in order to graduate. So that hasn't changed, but no senior contract this year. And then you also don't have to worry about like a senior portfolio exhibition that we had put in place for the class of 2020. So that's just a little bit to kind of alleviate a little bit of that anxiety. You can still email me if you have questions regarding those things we had in the past. So just know that. But tonight we have a great night planned for you. Morris is very blessed to have a great relationship and partnership with many of our local community colleges and universities. And so tonight we have a excellent panel set up for you so that you can really take advantage of all the post-secondary opportunities that we have for you. I want to go ahead and just let you know a few housekeeping rules. So just know that right now all participants or attendees, you are muted, so you cannot unmute yourselves right now. Also, your videos have been also shut off, so you can't view videos, but you are able to ask questions via the Q&A feature. So just know that throughout the night, one of our counselors will be going through and they will monitor the Q&A, and we will get all of your questions answered before tonight. You will also have a chance to, you'll have access to the PowerPoint that we're presenting with live links in it as well. All right, so I wanna go ahead and quickly before we get this started, I wanna thank our head counselor, Beverly Ward, for putting this on, as well as the counselors, Ms. Flint, Ms. Mulaney, Mr. Wegener, Ms. Brogan, and then Ms. Kim Ridge, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and zip my lips and get this started. Oh, we also are recording tonight's presentation, and so we'll also send a copy of the recording of tonight's presentation as well as a copy of the presentation to families as well, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to our head counselor, Mrs. Ward.
Good evening. Thank you, parents and students, for attending tonight's senior parent night. As unusual as it is, we are always happy to present materials to you and to greet you openly. As Dr. Larkin said, I'm the head counselor. I service students with the last name A through DE, and you can see there is my email address as well. So I will be kind of acting as the moderator as we continue through the program tonight. And next we have.
Good evening, I'm Mrs. Flint, and I have students with last names M-E through P-O, and also all of the college students. So thank you for joining us tonight. We're happy to have you here.
Next, we have all the rest of our counselors. Where were they?
Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Wegener. I'm one of the other school counselors. I have last names PR through Z. Thank you for being here tonight. You guys are in for really lots of good information, and hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, I'm Miss Mullaney, and I have the last names D-O through MC. So, hi, everyone.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Brogan. I am the intervention counselor, so I service all of the kids in the school, and you'll be hearing from me too from time to time.
Good evening, I'm Miss Ridge. I am new to Morse. I am the school resource counselor, and I will be focusing on coordinating scholarships, 504s, SSTs, support, things of that nature.
Thank you, counselors. Next, we will have Ms. Brogan. Ms. Brogan's is our Morse intervention counselor, and she's gonna share with you some pretty unique things that have been working during the time of distance learning that we really want to share with you tonight.
Okay. So since we began with distance learning, our goal was to make sure that everybody knew how to get in touch with the counselors. So we created a virtual counseling center, and we've sent this out. It will be in the presentation, and we'll continue to send it out. But as you can see, these are all of your counselors here. So for example, you want to get a hold of Mr. Wegener, you would just click on him. And from there, you have his business card, which has his email, phone number, how to make appointments with him, as well as our Instagram. And we all have a business card attached to us. On top of that, we have our newsletter that we send out regularly. So that's on our update as well. And I have a new update. We have a new update for this week on here. A lot of good information for all of you. This newsletter tells you how to get in contact with us, how to make appointments, different resources that we have at Morse, Google Classrooms for all of our classes, etc. Then we also have our virtual calming room, which right now is a big time of stress for a lot of us, and it hasn't been easy to get through all of this. In this virtual calming room, we created it as a place for students, families, and everyone to be able to find different things, you know, to help you in those times when you feel like maybe you need a little bit of extra support. And this would be good for all ages, from little kids to older ones, as well as the Morse website is on here and other things. So when you are on here, you can click around and you'll find different things and ways to find us. If you have any questions, make sure that you email us. You can call us. We all have Google Voice numbers. You can text us on them as well. And just know that we're here for you. We're here to support you and your students, and we want to make sure that it's a successful year for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we're going to have from our college options. We're going to talk to City College Outreach Coordinator, Luke, from going to talk to us about our 2-year community college options. And so, Luke, take it away.
Hello, everyone. This is Luke Menchaca, Outreach Coordinator at San Diego City College. Definitely an honor to be here. And I'm just so blessed to have this time. And congratulations to you all. What a great investment this evening to invest in your senior, to invest in your family. And we're going to go ahead and share some great information. I'm going to stop sharing. So hopefully we can share my screen. I'll jump on and I'll share my presentation. So again, my name is Luke and I'm from San Diego City College. I am the Outreach Coordinator. So we have some great information that we're going to share with you this evening about what we can do and essentially where you can go from City. So again, I am Luke, the outreach coordinator. Now, we are a California community college, so there's a ton of California community colleges that you can choose from throughout in the state, but really, I believe that ours is special, and I definitely want to tell you a little bit about it. We are a part of a district, which essentially means that you have 3 campuses, regular community college campuses that you could choose from majors. You have 3 sets of professors, as well as 3 sets of class schedules, which is great for your students, so they have options. And we also have an amazing continuing education site that we have a professional here that's going to be able to talk about, and Mr. Tavares Franklin, so big shout out to him from the San Diego Community College District family. I also want to talk about where you can go from City. That's really, really important to us. Now, we have an option for students that's called a direct to career, which is definitely it's aimed at developing professional marketability. So that means that we're going to jump in there, we're going to develop you, we're going to make sure that you understand what it is to be a professional in those realms. We definitely do have some options, as you can see in the pictures there: esthetician work, machine technology, nursing pathway programs. The next thing, these programs aim to build skill, insight, trade development, and lastly, you're going to learn by doing. So if you're not a student that is really into being in a lecture hall, just taking notes from a book, this may be a great pathway for you to really be a hands-on learner. So I would highly recommend that for you if you're looking to go into it. Now, the other major pathway that we have at San Diego City College in our entire district is the idea of a university transfer pathway. Now, we have some amazing universities in the room here tonight, and I'm proud to say that you can go from City to all of these schools. So this is definitely an amazing program. Please, and again, big shout out to all the schools in the room as well. Now, the great thing about this program, if you're like a student like myself, maybe you're not too excited about your GPA. If you've never taken a college class before, you've never done CCAP, never done college, you are going to start with the 4.0 GPA. So that is definitely amazing, and it's something that I took full advantage of when I was in the community college system. If you did take college courses, that will impact your GPA. So please know that. The next thing I want you to know, it is cost-efficient education, which means that you're going to get the community college price for a portion of your bachelor's degree. And this is a great way to do it because you can reduce the amount of debt you're going to take on, reduce the amount of stress, on top of just having a great time at our college. The next thing, it gives you the opportunity to discover. We have some amazing counselors, amazing professionals that can help you discover where you want to go, what you want to be, and this is a great way to do it. The next thing I want to talk to you about is understanding degrees throughout the state of California. Now, specifically at San Diego City College, we have something called the certificate. The certificate is great because it allows you to focus on what it is that you would like to study. If you only want to do photography, if you only want to do graphic design, if you only want to do machine technology, anything like that, it allows you to solely focus on that. That gives you program focus. It reduces the amount of time you have to be in college because there's less units, and allows you to solely focus. The next one is an associate degree. A lot of our students who do transfer will choose this to pursue. There also is bachelor's degrees at all the other universities here in the room. There's master's degrees, and there's doctoral/professional degrees. Now, the best thing about our associate's degree is that a portion of it is going to go towards your bachelor's degree. So that is going to reduce the cost that you have to take on. Okay. Now, let's jump into some other information. Now, the idea of transferring for some people is sometimes gets confusing. So ideally what it looks like is you come to City, you do your major coursework, general education, math, English, history, science, all those courses, hopefully you receive a degree. You'll transfer to a university of your choosing, hopefully one of the ones in the room, and then essentially you graduate with a bachelor's degree. So that is the ideal pathway, and one that I really want you to get excited about. Now, why university transfer? There's academic history renewal. Like I said, you started with the 4.0 GPA. It is cost-efficient education. And lastly, again, you get to discover. Now, let's talk about some transfer guarantees, because guarantees are great in life. There are a few University of California schools that offer guaranteed admissions through their transfer admission guarantee. Please reach out to us. We would love to tell you about that. We also do have some schools in the California State University system that offers direct a guaranteed admissions to their campuses as well. And the one I never like to forget is the historically Black colleges and universities. Some amazing programs. We actually had an outreach ambassador go to Talladega University, and he's having a great time over there in Alabama. So big shout out to Dre over there. A couple more things I want to tell you about, a little bit more about City, and I know we're pressed on time. I want to talk about cost. Cost is very, very important to us at San Diego City College. We want you to know about it. We want to be upfront about it, what's going to cost you. We have something called the student rep fee. a student health fee at $20, and essentially an enrollment fee. Now, if you're going to be in any of our big programs, students typically go and register in 12 units, and the cost per semester for 12 units is going to be $574. Now, for some families, not a big deal. We'll write a check, no issue at all. But for some families, like the one I came from, that $547 was going to hurt the bank, was going to hurt the month, and it was going to cause a lot of challenges for us. And it just really makes it difficult. Now, I want to talk to you about a special program that can help you. And before we do that, I want to talk to you about some other amazing programs that we have at City. Now, we have this amazing form called the City Get Connected Survey. And this is an amazing survey because I want to tell you a little bit about it. So at San Diego City College, everyone, regardless of the background, regardless of what you got going in life, there is someone that can support you. And this is something I'll go ahead and drop in the chat. So if you have a 504 plan, if you had a learning disability, an IEP plan, we have a program that can support you specifically in our DSPS. If you're a Dreamer student and undocumented student, we have a program that can support you. If you're a first generation, maybe you come from a low-income background, we have a support program that supports you in EOPS and CARE. If you're a former foster youth, emancipated, anything like that, our Next Step program can definitely support you and promise all the way down. Now, we also have these great things called the learning communities, second to none. Hermanos Unidos, Brothers United, HUBU, a great organization for our brown and black men. Puente Project, if you're looking to go to the University of California, a great way to go about taking classes with other students. The Emoji community, if you're seeking to learn from a Black perspective, Dr. Aaron Charlins is an amazing professional on our campus. Now, these learning communities are powerful because you're going to learn in a group, but you're also going to take courses together. And this is something I really want you all to consider. Now, I'll drop this survey inside the chat. And if you're interested in any of these programs, please let us know and we can connect you with them, not in 6 months, not 8 months, but now. And that's something we really like to do at San Diego City College. Now, back to the Promise. The Promise is going to be a program that if you're a recent high school graduate, with all of you are going to be, if you fill out your FAFSA, you fill out your DREAM Act, you're willing to enroll in 12 units, we're going to pay up to 2 years of free tuition. So take that away, no stress at all. You get a counselor, you get an assigned peer mentor that's going to look out for you. And you also, if you qualify, get the availability, as long as there's money available to get free books with that. But you do have to qualify, and if there's funding available. So lots of different services out there for the Promise. So what is it going to cost? We have the rep fee, we have the health fee, and then there's the enrollment fee. So what is it? $2. That is not bad. That is what you'll have to pay out of pocket for it. If you do qualify for any other aid, that can go away as well. So the Promise is definitely key. Now, let's get City connected. Now, I want to show you the City Get Connected form, which I showed you a little bit about. But let's talk about what you can study at San Diego City College. I think that's very, very important as well. Now, this is a portion of our City Direction Survey, which I'll also drop in the chat as well. So if you're thinking, man, one of the certificates sound great, here's a full list of our certificates: graphic design, archaeology, we have associated teacher, cybersecurity. The certificates are very, very focused. So if you're looking for a short-term path, this will be great. Cosmetology. Now let's jump down to the associate's degrees, the little heavier ones. Maybe you want to transfer to a university. Anthropology, journalism, English, kinesiology, history, physics, anything you want to do, we have a pathway for you. And again, this form I will drop in the chat and share with you all to make sure that you're connected to City, you know exactly where you can go and what you can do. To close it up for a few minutes so we can pass it over, I want to talk about your timeline. Now, as far as right now, if you're a student that is in college courses right now, we can actually get you to apply for the Promise. So please reach out to us and we can do it. In regards for your senior year, starting in January, the application for admission opens in January. Apply for the Promise in January if you're not in college classes. Orientation by the end of May. Registration fees in June. Classes start in August. This is your timeline to City, okay? If you want to do sports, we have that free as well. Please take a look. And lastly, this is our contact information. Please do not be a stranger. Please reach out to us. I will drop this in the chat. And lastly, the best way to stay connected with us is on social media. SD City Outreach, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow us, and maybe we can connect with you on there. Send us a DM. That way we stay connected. Thank you all so much. Congratulations. Best of luck in your next steps. Have an amazing evening. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Luke, so much. We appreciate your support as always. Next we have today from San Diego State University Admission Department, Aaron Douglas, who will be sharing with us information about admissions to San Diego State University and the CSU systems.
All right, well, thank you for the introduction and thank you all for having me. Again, my name is Aaron Douglas. I am a double alum of SDSU. So I actually graduated from there in 2013 as a student athlete, played basketball there. I am from Southeast San Diego. I grew up by the two-story McDonald's. So, hey, there we go. Fun fact about me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hop right in. We're gonna skip ahead in my normal presentation because of time. So we're gonna hop right into majors, and then we'll get into the admission portion there. And I definitely want to answer your questions if you have any in the Q&A feature. So jumping right into the majors, we do have over 200 majors at SDSU. And here are a few of them listed on this page. So if you look at the top left-hand corner, you're going to actually see our Fowler College of Business. So the Fowler College of Business houses 6,000 out of our 30,000 students at SDSU. We have 30,000 undergrads and about 5,000 graduate students. So that is going to be really, really big. So that school itself, it sounds like you're competing with a lot of people for things and all that, but each department has their own major advisor, their own dean, their own department chairs, all of that. So it's not as large as it sounds. Now, what you can see in the middle is our College of Education. We're very, very excited about our new ITEP program, Integrated Bachelor's and Teaching Credential programs. What those are going to allow you to do is get your bachelor's degree as well as your teaching credential in 4 years. So that's an option that students didn't have before. So starting this year, you actually do have that option to apply to at SDSU. If you look over at PSFA, Professional Studies in Fine Arts, that houses all of our performance majors. So dance, art, all of the things that may require a portfolio or an audition. So if you are applying to one of the arts or performance-based majors, you will submit your normal application, but you will also have a performance or a portfolio that they're going to request from you at a later time. And anyone interested in major up at the top right-hand corner in Health and Human Services, a fun fact about us, we do have 35 majors that require you to study abroad before you graduate. So all of the majors in the College of Health and Human Services will require a graduation component of studying abroad. Again, we have 35 majors at SDSU that do that. That ranks us #1 in California and #5 in the nation for our study abroad programs. So even if you don't require it for your major, please take advantage of that. All right, so I do want to hit a little bit on arts and letters. The College of Arts and Letters, you can see the wide range of majors that we do have, from Africana Studies to Women's Studies. And if you look right in here, you'll see International Business. That still will be a business major for you. It's simply not listed in the College of Business because of the foreign language requirement as well as the study abroad requirement. If you have no idea at all what you want to do, but you know you want to come to SDSU, you also can apply undeclared. It's not going to hurt you or anything like that. You can apply to SDSU as an undeclared student, and you will decide your major once you get on campus. And we do have pre-professional programs as well for students that want to go into maybe dentistry or veterinarian or doctors, lawyers, all of those. Those are not majors that you apply to. Those are programs that you join once you become a student at SDSU. Now, really, really, really important stuff here. October 1st to December 4th, our application is open, meaning it is now open. So for you, all of you that are interested in applying, the Cal State Apply application closes on December 4th at midnight sharp. So definitely you want to get that application into us. Let's see, I'm looking, do you need to make a portfolio for criminal justice? No, you do not. How do you transfer college courses taken in high school? You just simply submit your transcripts from that community college. And let's see, the Promise program, that one's not for me. All right, great. So December, you're gonna set up that web portal account. You're gonna apply in October. Hopefully all of you get it done before Thanksgiving anyway. And you will get a red ID number. Once you get that red ID number, you set up your web portal account. It's very, very important that you do that because that is where all of our communication with you will be. So you'll find out your admission status and everything in your web portal account. For transfer students, they will have a supplemental application. You are all high school seniors. We're not going to harp too much on that. And in March, we admit students. So we admit them on a rolling basis. So once you find out, and let's say you find out on March 9th, but your friend doesn't find out until March 17th, it's not a problem. Don't worry. We roll our admissions out throughout the month of March. As of now, we plan on having an in-person event. Who knows what we're doing in March as right now as of Explore SDSU. by May 1st, you must submit your intent to enroll. So May 1st is going to be very important for you. You have to submit that intent to enroll if you are admitted in March. That is how we're going to know that you are interested in coming. So the most important thing about the intent to enroll is it does come with a non-refundable deposit of $400 that goes directly towards your tuition and fees for the year. If you apply to SDSU or CSU and you qualify for the application fee waiver, then you do not have to pay that intent to enroll fee. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, right over here, if you have not heard, the CSU system will not be requiring SAT or ACT exams for applicants in the fall of 2021. What that means for you is if you have already taken the SAT or ACT and you like your scores and you would like to submit them anyway, you can do that after you apply. However, it's not going to help or hurt you whether you submit them or not. The only thing that an SAT or ACT exam can do for you is it can place you in a higher level course when you get to campus. Again, they will not be considered for your admission this year. So what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at your 10th through 12th grade A through G courses. You should all be very familiar with A through G courses. You have great counselors. I know you know what that is. So we're looking at your 10th through 12th grade A through G courses. You don't have 12th grade grades yet, so technically 10th through 11th grade. We will weight them up to 8 semesters. If you've taken any AP courses throughout your 10th and 11th grade year, you can get a weighted GPA for that. You'll get up to 2 points for your sophomore year, up to 6 points for your junior year. You have to maintain the GPA that you apply with throughout your senior year. So if you apply with a 3.7, do not let it fall to a 2.0. Your grades are going to be self-reported, so definitely be as accurate as possible on your application. And any preparation towards your indicated area of study may help you this year as well. So if you're a biology major, let's say, and you took 4 years of a lab science instead of 2 years of a lab science, that may give you some extra points in consideration this year. All right, now Luke did a great job talking about the transfer pathway, so I'm just going to give a little more information specific to SDSU. The minimum transfer requirements are going to be considered our general pathway. Now, those are going to be the top left-hand side right there, the 60 transferable units, your general education, including your Golden 4 classes. That is going to be very important for transfer students. Any major preparation that needs to get done for your major, you must also exceed, everyone says meet. I like to say you must exceed the minimum GPA for your intended major if you are transferring into our school. And if you've ever taken a class at SDSU, you have to have a minimum 2.0 SDSU GPA to be eligible to apply. So you would report that as well. Most of you have not, don't worry about it. Down at the bottom, you can see a list of our local community colleges. All of you live close to one of these, if not multiple of these colleges. So with these different colleges, they will receive some type of priority consideration. So keep that in mind if you are planning on going the transfer route. The 3 different pathways, again, where we have the general pathway, I've already explained. The transfer admission guarantee is the TAG program. Only specific majors at SDSU will be eligible for the TAG program. So make sure before you join that TAG program at your school, make sure that we do offer it at SDSU, because you don't want to complete a TAG program that's going to another school thinking that you can get into SDSU with that one. What you can also do is take the pathway of an associate degree for transfer. We also call it the degree with a guarantee. The guarantee is that you will be admitted to one of our 23 CSU campuses, not necessarily SDSU. So keep that in mind, but some majors at SDSU will require the ADT, no questions asked. And again, that supplemental application is going to be very important for them, and those specific requirements about portfolios, auditions, or studying abroad are still listed right there. Now, how much is it going to cost you to attend SDSU? Well, you can look on the left-hand side as a California resident. You can look at all of these estimates underneath the basic tuition and fees. So the on-campus food and housing and all of those things are estimated. So it can run you anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000 a year or so for living on campus. You are all local students from Morris High School, so you have the option of living on campus or not. So if you elect to not live on campus, all you are responsible for is the basic tuition and fees, which will run you $7,720 per year. You break that down into 2 different semesters and you're good to go. You want to apply for financial aid, because even if you don't think you're going to qualify for financial aid, most scholarships are going to require you to have a FAFSA application on file anyway. So definitely you want to get these applications in, get the free money. But again, $7,720 as a local student, divide that into 2 different semesters and you're good to go. Now, I think I'm running low on time, so I will be hanging around for a few minutes during Nico's presentation. So if you have any other questions about SDSU, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And thank you again for your attention. Thank you for your time, and thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate that, Aaron Douglas. Next, we have our SDSU outreach specialist for the EOP program, Nico Villa, who was also a Morris High School alumni. So we'll let him go ahead and speak right now. Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, Ms. Moore, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Nico Villa. My gender pronouns are he, him, his. Like what Ms. Ward said, I am a graduate of Morris High School. I graduated in 2014. And I'm going to talk about this wonderful program called the Educational Opportunity Program in Ethnic Affairs. So again, this is a little bit who I am. Again, I am a 2-time alum of San Diego State. I graduated in 2018 with my major in interdisciplinary studies, where I was basically, I created my own major where I minored in 3 different areas. And then I recently graduated from my master's program in the post-secondary educational leadership with emphasis in student affairs in 2020. And so what is EOP? And so I always like to tell students when it comes to EOP, what that looks like. EOP at SDSU is a student success program aimed at helping students achieve excellence by providing access, assistance with their transition to college, and academic and individual support as they progress towards their degree. Students who are California residents and those who meet AB 540 criteria, also being undocumented, and have been admitted into EOP, you have an opportunity to enhance your undergraduate success by participating in our innovative programs and services at no cost. So do want to let you all know that when it comes to, give me 1 second. When it comes to EOP, know that the services that I'm going to provide, they're specifically for San Diego State specifically. And so, but the other good thing about EOP is that there's an EOP program at almost every CSU. So I do encourage you that get involved, get in contact with the EOP admissions counselor at those CSUs that you're planning to apply for. And so here are just the benefits. At EOP at San Diego State, you get a personal counselor. They're going to help you with your academic, your career, your personal. It's because my EOP counselor is where I am today. I received a full-time job through EOP. I graduated debt-free, and also I graduated debt-free with my graduate program. On top of it, we have our transitional programs. We have our first contact. It's pretty much in the title. We want to know who you are and we'll meet your family. It's our best summer bridge program. This is a 5-week intensive residential program at no cost where you get to meet about 100 different students who look just like you. This is a program that I went through, and I kid you not, that transition it's very difficult. But having Summer Bridge and meeting these other individuals and having these mentors, they made sure that my transition was successful. We get free tutoring, we get 50% off printing. We get mentorship. We're all about your network. Your network is your net worth. You have financial aid support. We have a personal counselor who's going to help you with your scholarships, your financial aid, your grants. Again, I'll mention the scholarships. In terms of the FAFSA, he wants to meet you and your family. So our financial counselor will sit down with you and break it down, what you need to apply for, which steps you need to go to. We also have volunteer opportunities. We want to make sure that students are getting involved inside and outside of the classroom because it contributes to your success. We have a Undocumented Resource Area Guardian Scholars Program. This is basically for students who are considered former foster youth on wards of the court, uncovering homeless. This is a full ride. If you want more information, you can let me know. Now our eligibility requirements. I know I'm going a little bit fast just because we have time, but here's basically the eligibility requirements in terms of being EOP ready. And so you must be a California resident, considered low income. Your EFC, this is your expected family contribution through the FAFSA. First generation college students are given priority. You must demonstrate need or academic assistance. This is another good thing I want y'all to understand. These are 3 dates. For the Cal State Apply, you can go back into the application and you must apply by January 15th. We also need your FAFSA done by January 5th, and we need 2 letters of recommendation no later than January 31st. And here are the EOP short question answers. So I do want to have everyone, even the parents here, please take a screenshot of these essay questions. These are literally the questions inside the Cal State Apply. And so I always like to tell students to copy and paste these, put in a Google Doc, and then you can write them and fill them back in. So Basically, these questions are very similar to scholarships, so I want to make sure that you have these and it's already made. Now, what we're really happy about, we're having different webinars. Again, please take screenshots of this as well. If you want to learn more about the Cal State Apply or learn more about this UCs or this community college, we have 2 webinars that are happening. If you want to learn more about EOP, I know I went a little bit fast, but more into depth in these other dates. And if you need help on your EOP biographical questions, we'll have two other dates here as well. We can help you support that. And then lastly is our virtual hours. So for me, I'm having virtual office hours every Tuesday from 1 to 4. If you need help with the EOP application, Cal State Apply, I can help you. If you want to learn more about EOP, I can do that for you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you so very much. Okay, so next we have from University of California, UCSD admissions, Roberta Camarina. If I said that right. Where is she? Thank you so much.
All right, I hope everybody can hear me okay. My name is Roberta Camarena, and I am Assistant Director of Admissions at UC San Diego. And I'm gonna be talking about all the UC campuses. So what you see here is actually the newest screen that we have about all the UC campuses that lists the 9 undergraduate campuses. UC is one of the largest university systems in the world, offering undergraduate and graduate programs on campuses located across the state. Within the UCs, there are, like I mentioned, undergraduate campuses, 5 medical centers, 6 schools of law, and 3 national labs. One of the ones that I want to focus on, obviously, is my own at UC San Diego, but you want to know that every campus is unique in the size of the campus, the location of the campus, and the offerings of the majors. For UC San Diego, we have 5 discipline areas, as well as ethnic studies, and African American studies minor. And we have community and culture, equity, diversity, and inclusion across the campus. So we actually have community centers that students can participate in and get involved. They actually become more like a home or a space where students can feel at ease and maybe have a little snack or meet friends. And in addition to that, we have student life across the campus. We have over 600 different clubs and organizations that students can participate in. And this year, we're finally Division I in athletics. And although we do have a few of the programs postponed because of COVID, we are competing at that level. Another thing that we do have across all the UC campuses is that we require specific subject requirements. I'm 100% sure, Beam from Morse, that you're familiar with the A through G requirements. And so I'm not going to go over the details of what those are, the specific subjects, but you can definitely find them on our websites that I'm going to be providing in a little bit. But know that you have to complete the A through G subject requirements, which is pattern of courses. And note that this is a minimum number of courses listed on the A through G, but a lot of the applicants actually complete more in order to be more competitive applicants. And you can opt to complete AP, IB, community college courses, 4-year institution courses to even make yourself more competitive. And what else do we have? Okay, so we do have one particular change on the D subject requirement, and you're going to see that if you've looked at it before, it used to say laboratory science, and now it specifically just says science on it. And I see that Christy's providing links for some presentations, so that's good. With regards to admissions across the UC campuses, know that each UC campus has their own particular application pool, and that which is going to determine your admissions probability, and we each have academic factors that we consider. Not all the UCs do a holistic review approach, but UC San Diego does a holistic review looking at all of the factors. Every UC campus does consider 14 different academic factors for the comprehensive review. And in general, we have, I've listed a little bit of the criteria here so you can take a look at that. All the UC campuses, like I said, do a comprehensive review, but not all have the same exact method. on how they utilize that comprehensive review. So know that some are holistic and others are not. And the faculty at each campus determines what factors will be considered in order to determine admissibility for the individual campuses. And these are driven specifically based on what we find success for a student in order to be able to gain admission. Also, if you look on here, I've listed that we have the admissions deadline for November, but as of March 31st, because of this COVID situation and knowing that students had to take pass-fail classes, there was a temporary suspension of the letter grade required for the A through G courses for courses that were completed in the winter or spring or summer of 2020. And the UCs will accept the pass grade for the A through G courses completed in the winter, spring, or summer in order to meet those A through G requirements. Normally, students are required to have a letter grade of C or better across the A through G courses. But again, with this circumstance, we've suspended that, and we allow students to do a pass-fail, and they have to do a pass, of course. Campuses also are considering for the UCs, we're suspending the SAT for the fall of 2021. It's going to be optional for students to submit those, and know that campuses might consider the scores as part of the comprehensive review, but it really isn't going to negatively affect you for UC San Diego, as we're completely 100% optional. And for fall 2023 and 2024, campuses cannot consider the scores in the selection as students that are coming from California institutions. And then for fall 2025, there may be a new test, or we may even eliminate the standardized test requirement altogether. But for the immediate, I want to repeat again that the SAT essay or ACT writing has been completely eliminated, and then the other scores are optional. And UC also has a very strong transfer population for admissions. Each campus across the UCs are committed to enrolling at least one transfer student for every admitted, 2 admitted freshmen or first-year students. And we have over 30% of our student population were admitted as transfer students. So as Nico was talking about San Diego Community College, definitely that is a very viable option for students. We have admitted 75% of community college students for the fall of 2021 that had applied. So across the UCs, and again, I want to state not all the UCs have the same admission rate, but a student has a high probability of admission if they do consider coming in as a transfer student as well. And if a student is thinking of transferring, I highly recommend that they consider the UC transfer pathways in order to meet the requirements across the UCs, depending on the particular major that they're looking at. On average, we do encourage students to finish up and finish up strong, but across the UCs, minimum GPA is needed of a 2.8. And just remember that each UC has their own specific competitiveness depending on the application pool for that campus, and you want to do better, right? Obviously, you do have to have 60 transferable semester credits in order to be considered for admission, and you have to complete the 7-course pattern, which are subject requirements that are needed in order to be considered as a transfer student. Remember that whether you're applying as a first-year student or whether you're applying as a transfer student, it's still important for you to remember that it's a selection process. Not everybody who applies is going to get admission. So you want to do the best that you can and put your best foot forward. Across the UCs, we do have a guaranteed admission. 6 of our UC campuses do have a guaranteed admission program, and I've listed them on the sheet. And on average, our time to degree is a 4.1 years for first-year students and 2.3 years for transfer students. And what requires a student, what extends a student's time at the university, a lot of times students choose to do a double major, or they choose to do a study abroad program, which could take a little bit more time. There was a question on a Q&A. If you get rejected to the UC or CSU for admission, Can you still get accepted as a transfer student after attending community college? Absolutely. I myself was one of those students. I had actually applied late to the UCs and I didn't get admitted. And I went to community college and then transferred from San Diego City College to UC San Diego. Thank you for that wonderful question. And for financing for UCs, basically it's comprised of what the parents can contribute, the student can contribute, and what the UC is going to be able to provide through the federal government, state government, and UC specific resources. There's another question. Can I confirm that both the ACT and SAT has been eliminated for this year's seniors? And basically what's been eliminated is the writing or the essay component for both of those. And the actual exam is optional for a student to submit from either exam. So that it's basically optional for them. Oh, let me go back to that last one. Campuses across the board, if students are living on campus, is 36,000 for the year. And each campus is slightly different depending on the boarding cost across the UC campuses. So know that it could be slight change, but every campus would like you to definitely fill out the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act. Those are already open. You can start filling them out, and just know that you have to complete them by the March 2nd deadline in order to be considered for the majority of the financial aid. Where can you find a fee waiver, right? I'm talking about financial aid. If you want to apply for the application, it's $70, but you can qualify for a fee waiver if you put your family income and your family size and the actual application. You can know right then and there how many whether you get a fee waiver or not. And if you do get a fee waiver, you can apply to up to 4 UC campuses for free. And that's it for me. But I will take more questions through the Q&A. So please feel free to fill them out and I'll be responding to them rightly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Next, also from UCSD in the EAOP program, we have Edwin Valderrama. He's also a great Morris High School participant. He helps to coordinate all of our college partners. So we're very appreciative of Edwin. And so go ahead and speak for us. Speak, Edwin.
Sounds good. Thank you for that introduction, Ms. Ward. Hello, parents and scholars. Thank you all for attending the session. My name is Edwin Valderrama from the Early Academic Outreach Program here at UC San Diego. Very nice to be here and appreciate the invitation. So just very quickly, the Early Academic Outreach Program is a program designed for 9th through 12th grade students and helping them prepare for higher education. So we are a program really not geared towards just the UC, or not recruitment just for UC San Diego or San Diego State or schools locally, right? We're really here to help students prepare for higher education, whether that be a trade vocational school, a community college, a Cal State, a UC, a private school, out-of-state institutions, just really preparing 9th through 12th grade students. Here at UC San Diego, our team is comprised of myself, working specifically with 12th graders here at Morris High School, as well as our undergraduate staff member, Yasmina, who works directly with our 9th through 11th grade students. So touching a little bit about the services that we provide, I think they can best be summarized in 3 points. So as y'all might have been hearing, right, there's a lot of factors that contribute into like getting accepted into a UC, a Cal State, or even going through the community college pathway, right? And it might be overwhelming to you right now. And EAOP is really here to help support your student through that process, right? Unfortunately, we can't just wake up one day and knock on the door of UC San Diego and be like, hey, I'm ready to be accepted. Let's get this done. And you get your degree. No, it's a process, right? It takes time and it takes the right amount of information and knowledge to get accepted into these institutions, but not only to get accepted, but also to succeed, right? So EAOP does personalized mentoring and advising with our 9th through 12th grade students. So we walk them through the process of what is a major, how do you select the right major, how do you even know if college is the right option for you, right? What is the best pathway to your career goal, or even understanding what is a career and understanding what that career can mean for you and your future as well as your family, right? Up next is invitation to virtual presentations, including topics such as personal insight questions, college applications, financial aid, and so forth. For example, this Thursday, we're actually hosting a live webinar where we're discussing what is a major, right? What that means, how it relates to a student, to their educational pathway and future careers. So not only are you receiving that personalized assistance from a full-time professional staff member, but you're also getting invited to these workshops and to these presentations where you have options to ask questions that are geared towards specific subjects, whether that be personal insight questions, college applications, and so forth. And last but not least, we do have virtual events, right? Given the current pandemic, we're not allowed to host in-person events. So we do have virtual events that are catered to not only 9th to 12th grade, but also middle school students in exploring higher education, making sure that they're equipped with the right information to succeed and to do what they want rather than being forced options that are given to them. So just very quickly, some program requirements. So we only have 2 program requirements. We do require students, if you are part of our program, that you do participate in our program, that you're not just taking space that another student could utilize, right? So making sure that they're active and engaging with their mentor and advisor. And last but not least is a 3.0 GPA requirement. We do ask that our students maintain and possess a 3.0 GPA. For our 9th graders, we do wait for that progress report 1 to come out and to make sure that they are on track for that 3.0 requirement. But unfortunately, that is all the time that I have. I hear my contact information. If your student or yourself as a student are interested in being part of the Early Academic Outreach Program, then by all means, feel free to contact me and email me, and I can go ahead and direct you with more information. And I just want y'all to know that here at Morris High School, you are supported, right? Your counselors believe in you, your principal believes in you, and I believe in you, right? As well as these other programs that you'll be hearing from today. So don't fret, don't feel overwhelmed, because I know it is a lot of information. I've been there myself. I'm a first gen. I graduated from UC San Diego, and it is possible, right? It's just a matter of taking the right steps, equipping with the right information, and surrounding yourself with the right people. So thank you to the scholars who made it out here today. Y'all are awesome. And to the parents especially, because y'all supporting your students are absolutely amazing. Thank y'all. Appreciate your time.
Awesome, Edwin. Thank you for those encouraging words. Very, very important. Next, we have Arnold Lopez from UC Berkeley EAOP program. I believe he is also a alumni, right?
Correct. And
Yes.
go ahead and share my screen. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, Ms. Ward. My name is Arnold Lopez, proud alumni of Morris, class of, 2011. Really great to be here. It's my first time actually connecting back with Morris, so really happy to be here. For those of us who have been on Zoom all day, let's all try to relax our shoulders. I caught myself sitting with my shoulders up. Relax that neck. I know our eyes have been on the screen. This Zoom virtual situation can be really tedious and really hard on our eyes. But I just wanted to elevate the work that Edwin's doing. I'm a big fan of EAOP, and I'm with EAOP up in UC Berkeley, as well as CEP, which is the Center of Educational Partnerships. So if you are an EAOP student, make sure you're connecting with him and you're getting all these resources tapped into and really utilizing him as his resource for college access. Just real quickly, I actually was an alumni of UC San Diego as well. I originally was really into the tech space. I majored in computer science, but ultimately my passion for education took over, where I got my master's in education to teach in the STEM field. And now I work with UC Berkeley, as well as the Hidden Genius Project, which is a nonprofit that trains and mentors Black male youth in technology creation and entrepreneurship. So a lot of things were covered in regards to admissions. So I kind of wanted to speak a little bit more on Berkeley specific. So just some quick highlights real quick of why Berkeley. So we are proud that 65% of Berkeley students graduate with no debt. Roughly 2/3 of Berkeley students receive some form of financial aid. Berkeley is ranked in the top 5 of best value colleges. Berkeley is among the top universities in the country for upward mobility of students. So for example, a lot of the students who are admitted come from the bottom 50. When they graduate, they eventually work their way up. And coming into this next point of Berkeley is among the top producers of CEOs and students who start their own businesses. So if you have that entrepreneurial mindset, Berkeley is a great school for you. And I just wanted to highlight some upcoming workshops. So if you are interested in applying to Berkeley, either as a freshman or if you're thinking about transferring into Berkeley after community college, we have a webinar series of a whole magnitude of different workshops, but these three I wanted to highlight specifically, which is the freshman UC application workshop. That's on the 20th from 3 to 3:45. And then next we have the UC Berkeley student panel for prospective freshmen and transfers. So if you want to listen to the stories of current students and hear their perspective on the campus and how they're liking it. And then finally, we have the UC App Workshop for all prospective students. That's on November 10th from 4:15 to 5 p.m. So the links are embedded in the presentation. And one fun fact real quick, I don't know if you guys remember Marshawn Lynch from the Raiders. I know for Chargers fans, you may not like the Raiders, but he did go to Berkeley. I did not know that. I can't imagine Marshawn Lynch in classes at UC Berkeley. I just always trips me up when I think about that. But also wanted to share our virtual open house is on October 17th. So coming up soon, the registration link is in here. I just wanted to briefly throw that out. You can learn about all the different programs, all the different majors offered, and get a lot more in-depth detail about Berkeley and what Berkeley has to offer for you. And lastly, I know I'm running short on time, but I just wanted to extend, as a college advisor, I do help high school students here in the Bay Area, specifically the East Bay, so Oakland, Hayward. But as a Morse alum, I do want to extend this hand just in case for those students who are considering applying to Berkeley. This is my contact information if you want to reach out. If you're thinking about applying, if you have specific application questions, PIQs, anything you want to learn about Berkeley, I'm open and available to reach out to any more seniors. So go ahead and give me an email or feel free to reach out and ask any questions in the chat. Thank you for your time and congratulations, seniors. Looking forward to seeing your success.
Thank you so much, Arnold Lopez. We appreciate you offering your support to Morris High School students. Next, we have Ria Concepcion. She's from Reality Changers, which today she's going to talk to us about private schools and the common application.
Yes, hello, hi parents, hi students, Morse parents and students. I'm Ria. Thanks, Ms. Ward, for the introduction. My name is Ria Concepcion. I am from Reality Changers, and I spent, just a little quick introduction about myself. I spent my best childhood years in Paradise Southeast. I lived on Paradise Hills Road, so pretty close to the two-story McDonald's as well. Went to Bethune Elementary when it was still an elementary school, so that dates me. St. Michael Academy. So yeah, I'm from the neighborhood. So it's nice to be with you all tonight. I am going to talk about private schools. So let me share my screen quickly about Reality Changers, though. So some of you might have students who are in my program, who are in the program right now. Reality Changers College Apps Academy. I'm the coordinator for College Apps Academy, which is a program within Reality Changers. And basically, in a nutshell, the best way to explain it is we are your GPS. We are your students' GPS for the college application process. We help them navigate through the process, like every single step of the way. If under normal circumstances, we would be meeting every week on Thursday after school for 2 hours to work on a different part of the college application process. The UC application, the CSU, Cal State, the common application for private schools, the community college application. We follow a curriculum, and every week we work on a different part of each application in order to make the process more manageable and less stressful for your students and you as well. My cohort is about 25 seniors this year at Morris. I only have the capacity for about 25 because we at College Apps Academy pride ourselves on that one-on-one help and guidance with students. It's very customized. So if you have any underclassmen or students are 9th, 10th, 11th, make sure they apply for Reality Changers the summer going into their senior year. I'd be happy to have them. All right, so I'm gonna cover private schools. Let me share my screen. Let's see. That's not it. Hang on just a second.
Do you want me to share it for you, Ria?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Flint. All right. Let me open this. Okay. So in order for your students to apply to private schools, they are going to have to complete and submit the Common Application, better known as the Common App. So it is not, it's not for profit organization, online admission application for students. Everything's done online. It's one application for all the private schools that they want to apply for. There's a list of all schools that use the Common Application, but there's about 700 schools or more. So students use this one application to apply to multiple private schools or out-of-state schools. Shared commitment to the mission of promoting access through holistic admission. Holistic meaning they look at everything. It's a holistic process. Grades, test scores, their essays, their personal statement, extracurricular activities, volunteer service. They look at all of your students to make sure they're a well-rounded, well-informed citizen of the world. So it's a holistic process for their admission, and the Common Application is open now. commonapp.org is where your students can start to apply. So like I mentioned before, it is a holistic review. Student profile, the admissions offices, counselors take a look at the student profile, testing, activities, essay, supplements, counselor teacher evaluation. So they do require letters of recommendations. So I would encourage your students already to start thinking about whom they want to ask for their letters of recommendation. Essays and supplements. So the Common Application, there is a lot of writing involved, lots and lots of writing. In addition to the personal statement, which is the main essay they have to write, which is about 650 words, there are supplemental writing that they have to do. And it will depend on the questions that they have to answer and the essays they have to write. Depends on the schools they're applying for. So each school might have additional writing requirements, so they need to pay attention to that. Okay, and yes, there's lots of writing, and I love to talk about the writing aspect. So if anyone wants to ask me questions later or email me at a future date, that's fine. I got my MFA in Fiction Writing and Literature from Brooklyn College, so yeah, I love to write. So more about Common App in private schools, early decision. Your students have the option to do early decision, which is binding. So if you apply early, usually in November, to your first choice college, I have some students who have done this. You'll receive an admission decision from the college well in advance of the usual notification date. So usually by December, students will hear back. As opposed to the late February, March, or April. So early decision, but it is binding. So if you do get in, you agree to attend the college if you're accepted. You can only apply to one college for early decision. And for example, I have students who have known they wanted to, say, for instance, attend Yale since they were like 8 years old. And that's it, like just Yale. I will only go to Yale. So those are the types of students, they know for sure that's where they want to go. And they, and so they do early decision, which is binding. Early action, it is not binding. So the students still apply early, sometime before January. January is when most Common Apps are due. Certain schools have different deadlines, so have your students please pay attention to the deadlines. They will receive an admission decision early in the admission cycle, usually in January or February again. And they have time to consider their acceptance offer since they do not have to commit upon receipt. So they still have more time. So this is different. Early action is different than early decision. Early decision is binding, and if you get accepted, then you gotta go there. Like I mentioned before, the Common App for private schools and out-of-state schools, there's lots of writing. So for the sake of time, I won't go over each of these prompts, but I just want you to have an idea of the essay prompts that your students can choose to answer for their personal statement, which is the main essay for the Common Application, is a personal statement. And then in addition to that, there will be multiple writing supplements. So I encourage students to answer number one, prompt one. Some students have a background, identity, interest, or talent that is so meaningful, they believe their application would be incomplete without it. If this sounds like you, then please share your story. The reason why we recommend students answer this is because it's the most open-ended out of all the other prompts. And they can pretty much talk about anything, but all the other prompts are great too. Okay, and on your own time, I'll let you take a look and read up the essay prompts. We have some essay tips. Your response should tell them who you are and what type of person you'll be on campus. So please remind your students, or students if you're listening, to keep your examples recent whenever possible. Like you're in high school now, so talk about high school. Try not to talk too much about when you were like in elementary school or middle school, because they want to know who you are now. Show your potential as a college student. Consider who will be reading your essay. Provide evidence, examples, anecdotes. So topics admissions counselors love: leadership, struggle, resiliency, self-advocacy, passion, quirkiness, and academic excellence. You heard me mention supplements, right? Supplemental writing. So they are short essays requested by institutions. They're short answers. They could be short answers. They could be additional essays, questionnaires, and portfolios. So again, depending on the schools you're applying for, each school might have a different requirement. So there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of writing to manage, okay? Supplemental prompts. Here are quick examples of what you might be dealing with supplemental prompts. So again, it could be like really short answers, right? So where is Waldo? Really? University of Chicago. That is what University of Chicago will ask. And what does hashtag YOLO mean to you? Tufts ask that. To tweet or not to tweet? What matters to you and why? You know, and some of these might give you 350 words to answer, or 350 characters. It can be really short. And sometimes they'll give you short essays, you know? So the reason why they have these supplemental prompts and like popcorn questions is to really get to know who you are. They want to know who you are, not just as a student academically, but who you are, you know, personally, like what you're into, what you're about, you know, what you're passionate about. Here are some example of popcorn questions, like what's your favorite book? Tell us your favorite joke or humorous anecdote. What's your favorite snack? A hashtag to define yourself. What is your theme song? That's what USC asks. So there's a lot of freedom to showcase and highlight your personality and different aspects of your personality. So that way you come to life on the page or on the screen. And, you know, because without these essays and supplemental questions and answers, your student is nothing more than just a number and a letter, right? So this is what makes them come to life. Another supplemental sample is, why do you want to attend this school? And another important part of the Common App is the letters of recommendation. So complete your brag sheet on Naviance. I believe Morse still uses Naviance. Most of the schools I work with do. Ask your recommenders early. So ask in person first, then follow up with an email. There's etiquette and protocol that you should follow when you ask a teacher, counselor, mentor, community leader for a letter of recommendation. The Common App will ask for 2 academic references and 1 non-academic reference. Maybe it's your pastor or your boss at work, or at the community center where you volunteer, right? And so make sure you thank them after when you ask for a letter of recommendation. Three things to remember when you are completing the common application for private schools is be sure to read all instructions given, be as thorough as possible, and don't forget to be yourself. First and foremost, admissions counselors, they want you to be genuine. They want to hear your voice. They just want to get to know you. So a lot of times I remind students to just relax and be themselves and try not to, write and sound like someone that they're not, using big words and all that stuff. So, and again, who are we? I'm Ria Concepcion. I'm with College Apps Academy, which is a program within Reality Changers, college counseling in a group and a one-on-one setting, which is what we pride ourselves on. In a virtual setting, we are Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:30 on Zoom. And I also host one-on-one meetings with my students all throughout the week and even the weekends. If you want more information, collegeappsacademy.org, and my email is down here, Ria@Reality Changers. That's all I have for you tonight. Thank you for being here. It was a pleasure to talk with y'all. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Ria. We really appreciate you too. Okay, so next we have Miss Romero. She is with Upward Bound from San Diego State University, and she's going to talk to us tonight about choosing a college major. So welcome, Miss Romero. We haven't even officially met you because you're new to Morris this year, and we're not even on campus, so it's nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm the newest addition.
Yes, you
so
are.
let me go ahead and pull up my Google Slides. Again, we're going to be talking, just before I start, my name is Paola Romero. I am the counselor intern for SDC Upward Bound HCOP, and today we will be talking about choosing a college major. So before I get started, I do want to mention briefly about our program. We are a college prep program. We service students from 9th grade to 12th grade. We provide skills and guidance for students to be college ready, help them through the college application process, gaining skills that will make them a strong high school student and in the future a strong college student. Right now we are not recruiting for 12th graders, but we are recruiting for 10th. We're not recruiting for 12th graders, but we are recruiting for 10th graders. So if you have a brother, a sister, a cousin, a neighbor who's in 10th grade and you think they're interested, please give them my contact information so that they can, contact me. I can follow up with them and we can get started on the college application. I will move to the next slide now that we are running out of time. So you're thinking, what is a major? Why is this so important? So a major is a specific subject area that students specialize in. This is what you're going to be studying in college. This is what your degree is going to be in. And most of the courses that you'll take in college will be related to your major. So some examples of majors are biology, liberal studies, business, psychology, and so many more. There's so many colleges out there and they offer so many majors. So make sure that you research your schools and research the majors to find out which one would be best for you. So how to choose a major. Decisions can be based on dream jobs. So if you've always been like, oh, I really want to be a teacher, I really want to be a doctor, maybe, choosing a major that's related to that field will be the best fit for you. Future earning potential. We know STEM majors are usually are the ones that earn the highest salary. So if you're going for the money, that can, affect your major, as well as passion. What are you passionate about? And then undecided, which I will talk about in just a few seconds. So how to choose a major? Some things to think about are, what do you like? What are your interests? What are you good at? What skills do you have? If you're good at STEM, maybe that's the major that you want to look at. If you're interested in, education, physical therapy, or whatever it be, maybe those are the majors that would be the best fit for you. And also, what is important? How do you want to make a difference? What are your values? So if you really like, helping people, maybe you want to go into the helping profession and choose the majors that are related to that. Also, a helpful resource are to complete major or career quizzes to help you find what major would be best for you based on your interests. So I did include a link. So if you click on this Google slide, it will lead you to that link. If you click on Career One Stop, that is one resource that you can use. But there are so many quizzes out there. So if you do, Google, so many more will pop up. So majors make a difference. If you enjoy what you're studying while in college, you are more likely to fully engage with your classes and college experience. So this can mean better grades and better relationships with others in that field. So if you're thinking, what do I do if I can't decide? So you can pick more than one major. You can major in 2 fields or more in some colleges. Nico earlier, he mentioned that he had an interdisciplinary studies major. So that is possible. And then you could also have a major and a minor. So you're thinking, what is a minor? A minor is similar to a major in which you will specialize in that field, but this will require fewer courses than a major usually. And you also have a major, double minor, I mean. But you do want to think about, the classes. Adding minors does add more classes to your load. So you really want to think about if you can dedicate the time and dedicate the energy to adding a double major or, more than 2 or even minors. So if you still can't decide, you are expected to list your desired majors on college applications, but undecided is usually an option on applications. Fun fact, I actually applied to San Diego State as undeclared, so it is possible. So you can apply to colleges as undecided, and this is what I did. I took introductory courses in majors that I was interested in, and that's how I found which major was the right fit for me. But you could also talk to students, professors, counselors, explore your options. There are so many majors and so many colleges. You definitely want to keep an open mind. And usually schools don't require you to declare your major until your sophomore year. So, it gives you a little wiggle room. You have some time. So how important is your major? So majors do not always relate to a career, nor guarantee a specific career field. It is totally normal for professionals to be working in a career that is not related to the major they study. I know a friend, she majored in biochem and she is working in education. Totally different, but it happens. Can I change my major in college? Yes. It is very common actually. So I know right now you may be feeling a lot of stress, a lot of pressure to be making up your mind right now. But it is common for students to change their majors while in college. If this does happen, it is very, very important that you speak out to a good advisor to make sure that you're meeting the requirements, missing any deadline, you're making deadlines, and then any other helpful information that's important for you to know. So what can I do now to help me choose my major? So I know many of you are in your senior year. So you can keep taking courses in high school to see if you like the subject or not. Right now is the perfect time to be researching different colleges to learn more about the majors they offer, and if you are interested in any. You can also participate in internships to get that hands-on experience in the field that you're interested in, and network. It is so important. So Nico also mentioned earlier, your network is your net worth. So connect with students, connect with teachers, professionals in the field that you're interested in, and ask a lot of questions. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for having me today. I really, really do appreciate it. And congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And so next we have Sandra Campos from Talent Search from San Diego State University. And she's going to talk a little bit about financial aid and the FAFSA. And just so that our participants know, we are doing really well on our time. So just hang in there with us because I really want you to hear. Right after her, we have Ms. Ridge with scholarships, and then Mr. Franklin for ECC continuing ed options, which is something that is really good to hear as well. So hang in there, we're almost done.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Sandra.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that I can share my presentation. So yes, my name is Sandra Campos, and I'm with the Pre-College Institute with the Academic Talent Search Program through San Diego State University. I am not a San Diego native, but I did go and attend to San Diego State University. So I'm a little bit familiar with the area. And I also have worked in college access for about 7 years now. So today's presentation will be on financial aid. As we know, you've heard a lot about applying to college and how to apply. But a lot of what families also want to know is how are you going to pay for college? So I will give you a little bit of information on that. So during the presentation, we'll be going over eligibility, the types of financial aid, the FAFSA and DREAM Act application, the documents you need, the FSID, the process, and some things to keep in mind. So for financial aid eligibility for students attending college, they will need a high school diploma or equivalent. They do need to be US citizens or eligible non-citizens, usually permanent residents. Demonstrate economic need, have a valid social security number, be enrolled or accepted into accredited institution. Register with the Selective Service. This is for males only. Once they turn 18, they do have to register for the Selective Service to be eligible for financial aid. Maintain a good GPA once they're in college or career school. And AB 540 students or undocumented students in the state of California are eligible for financial aid through the California DREAM Act. So the types of financial aid available are grants, which can be institutional by school. They can be by state or federal as well. Scholarships are also a form of financial aid. And again, they can also be from the government, whether state or federal and institutional. Both the grants and scholarships, it's free money that does not need to be paid back. And there's also loans. Again, there's federal loans and institutional loans. Some schools do offer loans and the federal government does offer loans. You want to stay away from private loans. Those have higher interest rates and they are not given with a student in mind or with a family in mind. There's also a work-study program for students that are eligible. They can get a job on campus and they will be paid for that job that they have. Usually, we recommend students that if they are going to work to get do work study and get a job on campus, since their university or college will be a little bit more flexible with their schedule. And then they don't work as many hours as they would with an outside job. So some students do have that option. So the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. I want to emphasize free here because unfortunately there are organizations out there that will come to vulnerable parents and say, I'll charge you $50, I'll charge you $100 or whatever it might be to help you apply for financial aid for your student. Please never pay for these services. This is, again, a free application. Anyone can fill it out. And as you know, Morse has so many programs here that can help you with the application if you need help with it. So please don't ever pay for this service. The FAFSA needs to be completed every year for the following academic year. So for example, seniors that we will be graduating in 2021 will attend college in the fall of 2021. So they will fill out their FAFSA 1 year prior, which is now. The FAFSA allows students to be considered for all of different types of aid that I mentioned, like grants, scholarships, loans. And it does require both student and parent information. The FAFSA is already open. Sorry, I think it opened October 1st, and the deadline to submit is March 2nd. Also, please parents know that you will need your 2019 taxes to fill out the FAFSA. If for any reason you don't do taxes, there might be a special circumstance, have your student come reach out to one of their program advisors or to school staff, and then we can all try and problem solve. So again, documents that you will need a parent and the student's social security number. You want to make sure that when you vacation, you do fill it out exactly as it appears on the card. The student's driver license, if they have one, the parent's W-2 forms from 2019, the student, if they worked 2019 income taxes, and again, the parents' 2019 income taxes. So the way it works at FAFSA, you will need your taxes from 2 years prior. So in this instance, students will be attending college in the fall of 2021. So you are needing 2 years prior, which is 2019 taxes. So super important to file those. Again, untaxed income records, current bank statements, any business or investments or any of this sorts, the FAFSA will ask. And if the student, you or the student is not a US citizen, they will need their alien registration or permanent residence card. So the process to apply for financial aid is that first you need to create an FSA ID. There's one for the student and one for the parent. And this is a username and password that allows you access to the application. And also the parent, you're able to sign the application electronically through the FSA ID. And FAFSA makes sure that the social that you put in matches, so that way there's no like fraudulent activity going on. So it's safe. So you will need to complete the application for the FAFSA or the DREAM Act for students that are eligible for the DREAM Act. You will get, once you fill it out, an expected family contribution. That means that they give you a number that tells you how much money the family will have to contribute toward the student's education. It can range from 0, meaning that the family doesn't really have anything to contribute because the income is low, or it can, I've seen some from even to up to like $10,000 for some families because the income is higher. So they do take that into account and do expect families to contribute. And then the school is the one that determines what the financial aid award, which means that taking all of the information from the and based on that income, they will say this is how much money your student qualifies for to come to our school once they have been admitted. So this is what the initial page for FAFSA looks like. So you would either start here, but usually students are creating a new account, so that again, you have to create the FSA ID. And also keep in mind that if you have children that have already filled out the FAFSA, it might be that might have already created an FSD, so you can use that one. You don't need to create a new one for your new student. Another thing that you can do, instead of inputting the information manually for your income taxes, you can use the IRS data tool. So what this does is that it takes you to the IRS website, you input your information, and then it transfers your tax information from the IRS directly onto the FAFSA so that you don't have to fill anything out, and it's pretty much error-free. So you also do have the option of doing that. So let me go back a little bit. So once the student submits the FAFSA, they do add the colleges that they're applying to. Let's pretend your student applied to UCSD. They got into UCSD. UCSD receives the information from the FAFSA. UCSD comes back and says, okay, here's your financial aid award letter for you to come to UCSD. And that happens to all the schools that the student lists on the FAFSA. And they have up to 10 schools that they can list on. And, but if they are applying to more than 10, they can go back and resubmit that FAFSA once it is processed, so that all the schools they apply to receive their information. And just some things to keep in mind: the final decision is made by each individual college. Students can also, if they don't get the amount that they need, they can also write an appeal to the specific college and say, my circumstance has changed, my student needs more money, and this is why, but they need to be sent to the specific school. If you do that, make copies of everything, just keep a record of everything. Keep in contact with important offices at the schools, find the admissions office, housing. Again, the FAFSA is open now, and it closes March 2nd. The earlier that students fill it out, the better. And then students are eligible for financial aid for a total of 6 years. And I know this was a very brief presentation, and there's so much that we can go into financial aid, but given the time, I hope I gave you some valuable information. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We had one question, Sandra, and it was about if in this school year during the pandemic, if a parent lost their job due to COVID-19, how would they report that in FAFSA or FAFSA?
So if a parent lost their job, they have 2019 information. But what they will have to do then is contact the specific school and explain the situation to that school and say, even though my the FAFSA and my income taxes reflect this amount of money that I earned, it has changed drastically because I'm now unemployed. So then the school will reevaluate and then give the student a financial aid package that matches that income, but it doesn't have to be by school.
Okay, so that would be after they've already accepted a particular college or university that they're going to attend.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Next, we have our very own Kimberly Ridge, our Morris Resource Counselor. She's dedicated this year to working with scholarships. She has some information she'd like to share about scholarships, another part of financial aid, of paying for college, you know, show me the money. So work a little harder and get some scholarships.
Good evening.
Okay,
good evening. And thank you for everyone who was able to stick around. I'll try to keep mine short and sweet. My name is Miss Ridge, and I am over scholarship coordination here at Morse High School. And I just wanted to touch 3 basic points. I know that you guys are getting a lot of information. It's a lot to remember. It could be very anxiety provoking. So I want to try to keep it as short and simple for you as I can. I want to go over the best source of why scholarships are the best source of student aid, how to find them, and how to apply for them. So scholarships are one of the best sources of student aid because it's free money. You don't have to repay them, right? Some of the funds, some scholarships funds are based on financial need, which would equate to the difference between the cost to attend the school and the family's ability to pay that. Some are based on academic, artistic, or athletic merit, skills, or activity. Some examples of that would be the National Merit Scholarship, a football scholarship, maybe a dancer that gets a full ride to Juilliard and gets an artistic scholarship, And other scholarship funds are based on unusual criteria, like having a scholarship for students who are left-handed, or carrying a particular surname or last name, like Becton Dickinson. They are a pharmaceutical company that did a lot of research out of Yale. So if you carry the last name Becton or Dickinson, you can get a full ride. I also want to touch a little bit on how to find scholarships. This task can be quite daunting. So I recommend using a free online scholarship match service. Here at Morse, I have a counselor portal, if I could speak, a counseling portal on the Going Merry website. FastWeb also is a similar online scholarship match service. One thing to point out is to beware of scholarship scams, but I'll talk about that in just a second. This link right here, if you click on it, shows the top 6 online scholarship match services, and it kind of outlines how much money is in their database and different tools or perks that they also offer. Now, if I could go back, which uh-oh, bear with me. Here we go. Okay. Also, all of the incoming information that I receive on scholarships that are available for students, I can upload them onto the Going Merry website, onto the portal, so that it can kind of serve as a one-stop shop for our students. And I will also post them online on your Class of 2021 Google Classroom. Applying for scholarships. Online portals like Going Merry will ask you to create a profile where you enter your personal information and demographics, and then the site can then match you to scholarships that are suitable for you. This website is continually updated, and I have a quick video I wanted to show you, which will kind of outline and explain it, and I don't want to take up too much time.
Okay, Kim.
Okay, so that pretty much sums it up. I was getting a message from some of the counselors. Were you not able to hear the sound?
That's correct.
Great. The is in the PowerPoint, which is also embedded in the overall PowerPoint that everyone will have access to. It's a quick 1.5-minute video that just describes how Going Merry works, how they utilize your information, how you don't have to fill out your demographic information multiple times for each scholarship that you and the last slide is just asking if you have any questions or concerns, giving my contact information to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Okay, next, Tavares Franklin, thank you for hanging in there with us. Tavares is a longtime supporter of Morris High School, and today he's going to speak about ECC, continuing ed options. And so take it away, Tavares. If you're talking, unmute yourself.
There we go. I got excited. I was hearing all the other great information, and I was like, oh, it's my turn. I could hear it, and totally forgot to turn on my mic and my video. So if you can see my screen, you can definitely see a couple of our sites when we were all a normal world in brick and mortar. The great thing about continuing education, we're part of the San Diego Community College District. So most of the time people are familiar with City College, San Diego Mesa College, and Miramar College. And what we do at Continuing Education, we are a non-credit based career training program. And for those who are trying to figure it out, most of the time we compete with for-profit schools. And if you can see on that slide, we have 7 campuses, and all our courses, for the most part, are completely free. So if you're an individual and you're looking to take a vocational training program of any sort, it could be whether it's your HVAC, your automotive, all of those courses that you would think about taking at UEI or your CNA certificate, we offer that completely free of charge for the course. And for, depending on your income, we will actually loan you the book. So the course is free, the actual book and the supplies are free based on your income, and we offer the certification for free as well. So it's the best kept secret in San Diego. Many of people, depending on who you are, I've seen people change their major 2 to 3 times in college. And what I would tell high school kids graduated from thinking about their next pathway for themselves is really think about what success looks like for you. I myself was undecided even after I graduated high school. I chose to take City College, really like found my way learning my major, switched it from, I was a business major because I took virtual enterprise. I was pretty good at it. So I thought that's what I wanted to take, right? Quickly found out and remembered, not so good at math. How much math do I have to take for business? It was way more math than I wanted to take. So you'll find yourself doing that depending on who you are. And when I really look back at it, it helped me, right? But if you look and take a poll of people who own houses, you see that success looks different. You have those individuals who went the college route. You have those individuals who got some vocational training and they own their own business, they're working and they're doing well. That's what we provide for individuals, the alternative option. We can offer that bridge to college. If you're a parent or if you're a student that's newly graduated and you just want to take to brush up on your college skills for free, you can take that and then enroll to the colleges. A little bit of what we offer is anything from the 18-year-old or for your grandmom, your grandpa, your abuela, your papi, we have something for them as well. We have a high school diploma program that's completely free. We have an English and ESL second language program, which a lot of people know us for. And we have the career and student services options. And since we're part of the San Diego Community College District, unlike a lot of the for-profit schools that price gouge and you'll spend $30,000 taking the same automotive program that you could take at ECC for free, and all of these HVAC programs and these vocational programs, even though they're hands-on, we have successfully moved all of these programs completely online. And that goes to the credit of our institution and our professors. Let me see what I have here next. We talked about the programs that we offer in the student support program. The student support services is the wraparound. So not only are you going to be able to enroll in these programs, you'll actually get the counseling support that you'll get at any college or any other educational institution. We have a CalWorks program, a DSPS office, and we also have 4 veteran approved programs for those of you who have family members who are veterans and students who might want to use those veteran benefits for themselves. But like I was saying, our programs and our courses are completely free. We do have a Gateway to Success program for our youth who are 18 to 24. What this program looks like is a learning community at online where we walk you through those challenges of being a new student. We also provide a paid internship if you do get entry into that Gateway. We provide a paid internship into a vocation of your choice. So that's another option for students as well. A couple of the certificate programs that we're known for is our accounting, our office skills, our digital media, family healthcare, our automotive. We have our culinary, as well as our business courses in computer and information technology, fashion and clothing and textile, and HVAC, plumbing, welding, and electronics. What a lot of individuals know about our programs are these programs are free, but say you enroll in a program like automotive, it's a non-credited program. However, if you complete our automotive program and get a B or higher in your course and you request for those non-credits to be looked at as credits, you get 23 transferable units to Miramar's automotive program. So you paid nothing for the automotive course. You graduated, you got certified, you did really well in it, and you wanted to advance your expertise at a higher level at Miramar. So you'll take those 23 free credits, transfer those over to Miramar because we're in the same district, they already have your information. You're able to get that for free. I know Luke was talking about how units are, 12 units are about like $42, I think he was saying. You get 23 units for free that are transferring over. So we have that access to making those college courses and that vocation into a free associate's degree, if that's your choosing. Like I was saying, we have a little bit here, if you can see, as well as digital media. Can everybody hear me out there?
It was a little glitch. Okay, what happened?
Hello?
Hi, Tavares. Somehow your video stopped. Your screen share.
All right, so let me see where I was back in this one.
We are also a little over time, so.
Yeah, so I'll take it back to the wrap up. This is where you can reach me at is San Diego Continuing Education Outreach, SDC Outreach at sdccd.edu. You can reach us at Instagram. Like I was saying, we have a countless amount of free programs that are quick, short, and will get you that are pretty much pandemic proof. A lot of our vocational training courses are all, these people are working, getting paid very good money, and have debt. And that's big when you're talking about educating yourself.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tavares. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. We're about to wrap up, but I would like for our seniors to know that we really, really strongly encourage you, and you can tell your friends to please, please follow the class of 2021 Google Classroom, as well as the class of 2021 Google Calendar, because you want to be informed. Like, we're not at school, we're not on campus, so you won't get to have us go into your classrooms and give you information and bug you. So you're gonna have to self-advocate a little bit for yourself. So make sure that you are updating yourselves by going into your Google Classroom for your class and the Google Calendar, where you will see lots of updated information. Also, those of you who are getting a little, having a little bit of anxiety for the FAFSA, please know that CalSOAP is still one of our partners. We actually have been assigned a person that will start with Morris on the week of October the 19th. And for the next couple of weeks, we'll be taking about 10 minutes out of one of your senior classes to get you to fill out a form and introduce themselves. And then once the form has been filled out, it gives them the permission to contact you one-on-one virtually to help you step by step to complete your FAFSA for you and your family. So that's a wonderful source that we have available that will continue into Q2 as well. So, and all the way until they have reached every single senior. So that's a great thing too. Oh, I want to take this time to thank all of our parents and all of our seniors, all of our presenters and staff members. Thank you so much. This is the first time we've done a webinar such as this, and we are glad to have you all with us. And those of you who stuck around to the very end, woohoo! Clap, clap to you. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and enjoy your evening.